What is up, guys? My name is Chris and this is another video tutorial by HolmesInFive, and today what we're going to learn how to do is install 4.46.1 REBUG custom firmware onto any PS3 running 3.41 through to 4.41 custom firmware. Now, if you are on 3.41 or 3.55 custom firmware and you haven't QA flagged your PS3, that is a necessity, so make sure you do that. There will be a link to this video in the description. It's one that I've made myself, telling you how to QA flag your PS3, and there is just a little bit of info down in the description of that video telling you why it is important to do. Once you've QA flagged your PS3, you're going to want to go also in the description of this video to this link, which will be for the REBUG download links. So this is the latest post just here, updated on the 2nd of August. Today is actually the 5th, so only 3 days ago, so it is an incredibly new update. And as you scroll down through all the changelogs, you're going to come to this group of links here. The one we're going to use for today, and the one that I want, is 4.46.1 REX edition. If you have a debug console or you've converted it to debug, then you're going to want to get the DREX edition. But for today, we're just going to click this one. So click on that. It'll download a small RAR file with a text file inside of it. So make sure you have WinRAR or 7-zip to actually open it. And then once you've opened that, there'll be a link in the text file that sends you to the download. So once you visit that, your download will start. The actual custom firmware is about 202 megs in size, so it does take a little while to download, but once you've done all of that, you're going to want to actually put it onto a USB stick so your PS3 will recognize the update. So we'll go to my computer just down here, and there is my USB with the update already on there. But this is how to actually put the update on there, or the actual file setup you're going to need. So make sure you've got a folder called PS3 in capital letters. Inside of that, you need another folder called Update in capital letters. Excuse me. And then finally, you're going to need a file called the actual download, or the actual custom firmware, and you're going to want to rename it to this. So PS3 updat.pup. It needs to be that specifically in all capital letters and numbers and such, because otherwise the PS3 won't recognize that it's on your USB stick. Okay, that's everything done. Your USB stick is now ready, so take it out of your computer. I'm guessing you probably heard that. And we're going to want to take it over to our PS3. So this one over here on the right is my custom firmware PS3, and this USB has to go into the second USB slot on your PS3. So this cable here is for my PS3 controller, so I'll put the USB just in there. Okay, and that's all plugged in and ready to go. And what we're going to do now is actually put my PS3 into safe mode. So you can't actually see the lights on here, but you'll hear the beeps. And to get into safe mode, what we're going to do is press and hold the power button. And it'll beep once when you first press it, it'll beep a second time, and then after a little while it'll beep a third time and then power off. So that's one beep, turning it on. That's the second beep, and then there'll be one more and the green light will turn to red and the PS3 will power off. There we go, so my PS3 is just turned off. We're going to do the same thing again, so press the power button, it'll beep once, after a little bit of time it'll beep again, and then very shortly after it'll do a double beep and you need to let go of the power button. So that's one beep. That's two beeps, here comes the double, and then let go. Okay, so my PS3 is now in safe mode. I'm just going to go over to the computer again now and show you guys the PS3. So connect the controller using a USB cable. I've already done that. And press the PS button. Cool. So there is a bit of delay in what I'm doing, by the way, because this is running through my capture card and not a direct TV source. But we go down to System Update, just there, and then press X, and it's going to ask me to press Start and Select. Now, before you've done all of this, I've just realized I need to let you know, do not leave a disk inside of your PS3. Now, if you've got a disk inside there, it may update from the disk. Make sure there's none in there because you don't want an official firmware going over the top of your custom firmware. So press Start and Select when your USB is in there, like so. And it does take a little while when it's checking. Eventually it'll come up and detect the actual USB stick inside there with the 4.46 custom firmware. And then once that is done, it'll start preparing the update and then jump to the installation screen. So we'll just fast forward all of this checking. Okay, so we've just hit 100%, and now we're going to get into the installation screen, and it's going to ask me to turn on my PS3 controller, so I'll get ready for all of that too. It just does take a little while to come up, that's all. There we go, so 4.46.1 REBUG, press the PS button, there we go. And now we're going to go into the update part, so it'll just come up with some prompts about terms of service and terms of use and stuff like that, all the stuff that nobody reads, terms and conditions, just after we get this checking part over and done with. I have noticed this update was actually a fair bit bigger than the last update. I'm pretty sure the last one, oh there we go, licensing, blah 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 blah, skip that, accept. Yeah, the last update was something like 170 or 168 megs, and this one's another 30 megs bigger than the other one, so obviously a bit more packed into this one. We'll leave this to go. I will fast forward this part as well. The installation gets up to around about 40% and then skips all the way to the end, all that PS3 math. And then once that's done, you'll see my PS3 booting up into 4.46.1 REBUG custom firmware. So I'll see you guys at the other side. Okay, there we go, and the installation has finished, so if all has gone well, then we should boot up into 4.46 custom firmware, and I'll just power on the controller as well as the PS3 boots up, and then I'll go over to the system information on the PS3 and show you guys everything working properly. There we go. It's that famous REBUG logo. We've got the boot screen. We'll pick Chris as my user. Oops, too far. System settings, and then right down second from the bottom. System information, so version 4.46. Awesome, so that is all done. It's very easy to do. Pretty much exactly the same procedure as updating to 4.30, but I know a few people did want to see me do it. I did get a couple of requests on Twitter and some private messages on Facebook and such saying, yeah, can you please show us how to do it? So there it is. That is updating to 4.46 custom firmware. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and thank you very much to REBUG for again providing such an awesome piece of PlayStation work. Been following your work since 3.55 custom firmware, and I've been on that ever since I joined the PS3 hacking scene, so thank you very much for your work. I love everything that you guys come out with. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and this has been another video tutorial by HolmesInFive. Comment, rate, subscribe, do all the cool stuff, and feel free to check out everything HolmesInFive down in the description below. This has been another episode of HolmesInFive. Bye-bye!